What's up, y'all? We're deep into spring, and with summer right around the corner, most brands have released their spring-summer 2025 collections. So for this video, I thought I would talk to y'all about some of my favorites that I've found. This time of year in clothing is kind of my favorite because living in a hot climate means that I don't really get to wear fall winter clothing a whole lot. So spring summer releases tend to be more useful. I get more use out of them throughout the year. And currently a lot of brands are really pushing the bounds of how to stay stylish in hot weather. This list is going to be a combination of things that are just seasonal, but some core pieces from brands that I'm just now discovering. So with that out of the way, let's get into the clothing. So for the first category, we'll talk about outerwear and knits. Now, this is kind of a tough category because when you're talking about 100+ degree heat, it can be hard to wear anything more than just a t-shirt. But if you pick the right materials and the right knit, you can add some depth to your outfits without the bulk of extra layers. The first option on this list is from Lady White Co. They have a new fabric this season that's a 2-ply gauze, and they're making a crew neck and t-shirt out of it. From a distance, it almost looks like a waffle knit, which for hot weather seems like a bad idea, but it's not a waffle knit. This is actually how they're weaving this cotton gauze fabric, and it's actually more of like a mesh. So you can get that nice crew neck look, but you're wearing basically a mesh sweater. So it's gonna be cool, it's gonna be breathable, air is going to be able to escape easily, but you're gonna get that kind of cool, slouchy knitwear look. Next on this list is from Knickerbocker. They have a linen overshirt that they're calling their Mafra linen overshirt. You'll know I like my De Bon Facture linen painter jacket, and I think this is going to be very similar. The pocket layout is different and the buttons look to be a little bit bigger, but I love this off-white color, and it's a herringbone weave, so I think that gives it a little bit of a textural difference. Next is the brand Harrell. They're a new brand to me, but I really love this linen pullover. Much like the Lady White Co one, this is going to give you that crew neck sweater look, but have the breathability, openness of like a mesh piece. I can't think of an outfit that this wouldn't look good with. Finally on this list, the brand Sanui. Now, Sanui is a very small operation out of Japan. In fact, it's just one guy that's making shirts and overshirts, but using traditional Japanese methods. So a lot like how they used to make kimonos and all that. I really like this beige Kozen cover shirt. It's got a nice kind of grid pattern to it. The outside, cotton poplin, and then they actually lined the inside with a lightweight canvas. And y'all know I love utility, so the big flat pockets on the front are definitely a plus. Moving on to shirts, lately I've only really wanted to wear like blue or white button-ups and use fit as a way to diversify my wardrobe instead of patterns and colors. So with that in mind, the first option on this list is from American Trench. They have their denim field shirt, but what's unique about this shirt is that it's made with hemp. I think hemp currently is a very underutilized fabric. Hemp is actually a really, really versatile fabric, much like cotton, and it's got some sustainability benefits, so that's a plus. So I love to see brands, especially these smaller boutique brands, utilizing hemp in interesting ways. Next, again, is Harrell. They have this cotton Oxford in a sax stripe. Now, what I love about this Oxford is first, just the fit. It looks very boxy and relaxed, and that's how I'm really enjoying my shirts to fit lately. So this would be a great addition for me because I think having the blue stripes would be a nice kind of way to change up the old formula of just a plain white Oxford. Now, a new brand to me that I've been digging into a lot lately, and I really love their stuff, is Nanamika. They actually currently have two shirts that I really, really love. One is their light denim shirt, and the other is their regular collar wind shirt. Now, initially, you might be like me, you may look at the materials that they use and see polyester and kind of recoil a little bit. But after digging a little bit more, I've realized that Nanamika is actually using polyester in a really interesting way. First off, Most of the products that I can see, they're using recycled polyester, which if you're concerned about sustainability, recycling polyester is probably one of the best things you can do with polyester right now. But what they're also doing is they're taking a polyester core and then wrapping it in cotton. So you get the softness, you get the structure and the drape of cotton, but you get the durability and the quick drying properties of polyester. So all in all, it feels like a win-win. As another plus to that, Nanamica's fits are really cool and kind of oversized intentionally. It's also a plus too that they use snaps on their denim shirt. I think that's just kind of a cool detail and would just make this shirt stand out above your typical button-up denim shirt. All right, so moving on to bottoms. Some of my favorite releases for this season, first off is the Lady Whiteco belted jersey trouser. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you know I'm a fan of Lady Whiteco's rugby fabric. It's nice and substantial, has great drape, and ages really well. These belted jersey trousers are made of the same fabric. They're a very simple construction with a nice wide straight leg. I think there's a very minimal taper from the knee down, mostly just so it can accommodate sneakers and kind of more minimalist shoes. Next is the American Trench Ripstop Triple O pant. Triple O stands for out of office. It's part of their workwear line. I really love these because they have that nice, slightly wide straight leg fit. They come in 3 colors. What makes these special for me is that they come in a Japanese ripstop. So you know it's gonna be durable, you know it's gonna age well, and it's gonna be light for the hotter days. Next, again, is the brand Nanamica. I really love their deck pant. It's just a nylon pant. I don't know what it is about nylon pants that I think is kind of cool and retro. These are really winning me over with the fit and the colors that Nanamica is offering. And then I'm a huge fan of painter pants. And so I've been wanting to get some in just a straight denim, and Orslo has a really nice version available. I think it's more part of their core line. I don't think this is just a seasonal drop from them, but I love the fit of these. They're slightly wide and they just have that classic painter pant utility. And then finally, this is a new brand for me, relatively new. I've been eyeing their stuff for a while, but it's Ordinary Fits. Now, Ordinary Fits is kind of like Orslo as far as the products that they make, but what I love about them is they're really pushing the bounds of how a lot of these workwear and military inspired garments should fit. I think it's kind of the perfect combination of like old 501s and then like the crazy wide pants we're starting to see more of today. This loose fit feels like a good middle ground to where it's gonna have the nice relaxed fit. You're gonna be able to move around in it a lot, but you're not gonna be swimming in it. So I'm really excited about these. And then for footwear, when it comes to the spring summer, I'm usually in Birkenstocks and some sort of sneaker. On occasion, I'll wear a pair of dress boots or cowboy boots. A pair of sneakers I've always liked is the New Balance 990s, but I never knew if gray sneakers were for me. I even tried them once, and I don't know, gray is just a difficult color as far as shoes go for me. So I love that they're releasing the 990 V6 in this white sea salt color. I think for me and the way I like to dress, it'll be a much more versatile color. And then next, kind of in the footwear category, Blackstock and Weber is really pushing the bounds of what a good loafer is and what it looks like. They have more classic penny loafers and tassel loafers and bit loafers like you're used to seeing, but then they also have their similar loafers but with chunky Vibram soles. And I kind of love the juxtaposition of kind of what usually is a dress shoe with this thick Vibram rubber sole on the bottom. And so for this season, they have this beautiful sage suede tassel loafer, which they call their Classico loafer. And it's got this white Vibram lug sole. I don't really accessorize much outside of the same jewelry I've worn for years. Hats of some sort, whether it's baseball hats or cowboy hats, and then belts. So on this list, Ordinary Fits, again, they have their leather buckle belt. But what I like about Ordinary Fits belt is it's intentionally much longer than your standard belt. If you look at their lookbooks, you can see how they've been styling it, where it's kind of coming out of the belt and hanging off of it. I love that look. It's kind of a newer trendier look, if you will, but I think it's cool and it works with their aesthetic. So, and then I think Knickerbocker has some really awesome 5-panel hats like the one I'm wearing now. And they have this new cotton linen script hat that's coming out this season that I think would go with a lot of the outfits I like to put together. All right, guys, there you have it. Those are my favorite spring and summer releases for this year. I'm sure there'll be plenty more that are coming out or that I discover over the next couple of months, but for right now, these are some of my favorites. If you like this video, please leave a comment and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thanks for watching.